Okay, moving on to the pound yen now. We'll start off on this monthly chart. It's starting to look quite good now, this one. As I said earlier, I was looking sort of for it to fail at this 145.25. It wasn't really a convincing failure, but we did make a sort of a small bullish thrust that month. And the low of that bar now, the 139.38 level, looks like quite a good level to sell now. And if we actually go to the daily chart as well, we've got a buy set. Sorry, we've got a TDF buy setup in place here now on the daily chart. And obviously, so far we failed this 132.65. But really, looking at this, we've got a bounce from the TDST support level here, and we've got the buy setup on the daily chart, which gives us a TDST resistance level of 139.50. So I mean, we're going into the close of the month, obviously on Monday. So it's quite good timing, basically the daily setup, because obviously I want it now to get up to 139.38 so I can get involved on the short side. And with this daily TDF buy setup coming in, that's just perfect timing to get this market up to the 131. Let me see, what was it, 139.38 level, and then also the TDST resistance comes in at 139.50. So that gives us sort of two big levels to play with. TDST's resistance on the daily is a very big level, and also the final sort of bullish thrust 139.38's low removed to the close this month is also a very big level. So and also in fact, what's the low on this bar? 137.66. Okay, I mean pressure starts to build obviously if we get as we get up to this level. I mean we could take a line and draw it here. You can see where the market's found support there a lot. Close, resistance, above, support, close, resistance. So that's that 139 level. So that's obviously a really important level here. In terms of this the weekly bat trade here. Obviously, we had the election here when we actually broke the bat support, so it's a bit hard because this is the trend continuation point, the low that we made on election week, and we actually came up high enough, basically almost into the end of the week, certainly into the week after, to complete the sell setup here. I mean, ideally we would have looked for it to close here and then make a few bullish thrusts, maybe hang around and then go lower. But we've already come through the trend continuation point. So I mean, I would imagine any kind of pull-ups on this pair wouldn't last very long because we've already broken the low, so we're already sort of in full gear to head lower. So I mean, certainly this 139.38 level is looking like the level to start looking to sell, and that keeps us away from the 50%, by quite a lot. Takes us 139.38 somewhere up around here, where I had that line drawn before. So I fully expect the market not to get any further than that, but at the moment anyway, with the buy setup in place, we can certainly look to get up to that TDST resistance level. So I mean, in terms of buying into this market to try and catch some of this move up, I would think now, looking at that 132.65 on a removal, it could be worth looking again towards the 5-minute chart the following day for any buy setups that may come. Looking through these time frames here, the sort of hourly, 4 hour, there's nothing really that you want to play off, as far as I can see at the moment anyway. But yeah, I mean we've covered some of this, but it's not really quite as straightforward as the sort of euro yen, where it's actually got a few levels there on the 4 hour chart which look quite promising. But certainly on this pair though, we have the weekly buy setup on the pound dollar, so that's going to be trying to push this one higher. And actually no, we don't. We have a daily buy setup on the pound dollar, which I'll go into in the next video when I go through the pound dollar. So that's kind of tying in also with getting a bounce in this pair, and but I don't expect any of these bounces to last very long, so I'd be looking to sell this strength. But yeah, it's not quite as straightforward getting involved in this pound yen as it is the euro yen, having that TDST levels on the lower time frames. But I mean, if we do remove this level to the close, then there is still scope for a good sort of 500-600 pips. So I wouldn't discount that at all. And then once we finally get short again, I mean, we're on the third bar of a buy setup. If we can make a quick sell setup here and hit this TDST resistance, that would just be ideal. That would be the ideal scenario. Um, Bearish on the monthly, bearish on the weekly, and then we get a TD buy sell setup which fails at the TDST resistance. That would just be the ultimate setup. And then obviously we're looking for 100 further out, as you know. That's what I'm looking for. At some point, 109 there on the weekly, 76, and also on the daily chart, 102 is the second target. So I mean, this pair is only going down at the moment, but we could just see a bit of a burst first, which should be viewed as an opportunity to sell. So yeah, so anyway, I'll keep an eye on what happens on Monday, and then I'll do a video again on Monday night and see where we lie from there. Okay, cheers.